Hi, and welcome to Tutu's Journey. Well, I am about to do part 2 of how I saw the angel on the foot of my bed, or when I saw the angel on the foot of my bed. I have to do a shout out to Tiffany. I won't say a last name, won't put it out there, but Tiffany, she brought to my attention that I never even told you the story of how I knew the angel's name. I went back and looked at that video and I realized that she was right. I skipped right over it and went into the 3 different things that happened once the angel, put whatever was in my hand that made my hand go like this. I skipped right over it. So here it is. Thanks, Tiff. I was at a girl's house named Kim, and her children were looking at some kind of show on television. It was a biblical show with biblical characters and things of that nature. And I was telling her the same story I told you on part 2 about when I saw the angel at the foot of my bed. And I was describing the angel, and I was like, he had this distinctive cut in his face, and he had this short, it was like a blonde haircut and blue eyes. And when I was saying it, though, I was looking at her television. I said, yeah, he had this distinctive cut in his face, and he had like blonde short haircut. Oh my gosh, that's him, that's who I saw. And I was pointing to her television, and she was like, who? I said, that's the angel I saw. And she said, no, because you said he had blue eyes. This is no lie. She said, because you said he had blue eyes. And instantly, right after she said that, the film did a close-up of the angel, and it showed he had blue eyes. Her mouth dropped. And she was like, oh my gosh, do you know who this movie is saying or portraying that this character is? And I was like, who? She said Gabriel, the messenger angel. I was like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. So Gabriel brought me a message. Now, take it back to when my hands were going like this. You had to go and watch part 2 to understand what I'm talking about. But all you who caught up, I went to Tiffany's house and I told her the same story. And I said, the Lord said you got the answer, because I literally heard she got the answer. So I was like, hey, you have the answer. And she was like, I do. I was like, yeah, you got the answer. She was like, okay, well, okay. She's like, okay. So, God said I got the answer. So I guess, she was focusing and getting focused, And I saw her face get like real serious, and she was thinking. She was like, wow, Tarna, I don't know. I said, he said you had the answer. She was like, okay. So she kept still, and she said, oh my gosh, I got it. And mind you, this is at least a 10 to 12 year span of this incident actually happening. So her telling me that God telling me she got the answer, it was like 10 or 12 years that I didn't even know the answer. All I kept being told, he just kept telling me it's simple. It's simple. And I'm trying to get all deep, and I couldn't figure it out. But she said, he was anointing your hands. And I was like, what? Are you serious? And she was like, yes. And now that I think about it, that's exactly what had to be going on. Because remember, in part 2, I told you about how my arm, this hand kept being pulled, or I touched the door and I felt danger and I knew not to open that door. I mean, everything was dealing with my hands. Oh my gosh. And then for to really blow you away, sometime before that, I saw more angels come down to earth. It was like I was outside. I was like 16 or 17 years old, and I was outside, and all these angels just started coming. I just could see them left and right. Some were big, some were small. They were just coming down. And I was like, oh my gosh, something must be about to happen here on earth. Something crazy is about to happen here. I went and told the church about what I saw. And do you not know that, everybody started praying, but you would not believe what was about to take place. We had the most horrible hurricane. And they said the hurricane, tornado, one of them. But it hopped over us, it hopped over our actual state, and it went into the ocean. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's what was about to happen. And it was bad. It was like one of the worst that Virginia had ever had. So I'm here to tell you that they are real. They are real. It is nothing imaginary about it. Did I say that right? Y'all know what time it is here. It's late. But nothing that would be a figment of your imagination. It is definitely real. And those are my experiences. And now, what I like to do always is give you an idea of what I'm going to do with my next video. The next video is going to be about the journey of me being healed. I had a tumor on my right side, the size of a grapefruit. And like if I would wear dresses, I couldn't wear belts because it'll go right smack over top of it and it'll irritate it. And then I really couldn't wear anything too tight around my waist. But you know what? I learned how to embrace that. I learned how to embrace the difference of that big lump sticking out of my dress or my shirt or whatever it was. I learned how to embrace it. It's a part of me, and that's part of self-confidence, accepting what may not be the norm of how you look. Good example is your shape. You got some women that are heavy-chested and small hips, and some are small hips and heavy-chested. Embrace who you are. Love who you are, all right? Next video will be about the operation that I had. And so until that time, I'll see you next time when I'm more awake on Tutu's journey. Thank you so much for watching.